All right, good morning and welcome to this week's Whiteboard Wednesday. Today we're going to talk about submitting your content to the search engines. Oftentimes we spend a lot of time working on great content, whether it's blog posts or optimizing our websites for search engines, and we want to let the search engines know about it as quickly as possible. One of the first steps you want to do to letting the search engines know about your new content is by creating an XML sitemap. And there's a guide on our website. We'll provide a link on how to create that XML sitemap guide. But once you have your XML sitemap, it looks a lot like this. And what it is the search engine crawlers have a quick access to all the pages on your website. And they can go ahead and take a look at those pages and submit those to the search engine index. Another step you want to take is making it easy for the search engine crawlers to know where your sitemap is located. And that's going to be located in your robots.txt file. And what you can do is you can tell the crawlers, hey, here is where my sitemap is located. And so by providing that reference in your robots.txt file, the crawlers, when they come to your website, can quickly identify where it's located and start to crawl all the pages on your website. Another thing you can do to speed up that process, let these search engines know about your XML sitemap and all the pages on your website, is by verifying your site with Google Search Console, formerly known as Google Webmaster tools. You can register through them and get your website added to Search Console. Once you confirm you truly are the owner of your website, you have access to the Search Console tools, and one of those tools is the sitemap. And you could submit your sitemap to them, and they will now kind of be on the lookout for that sitemap and any changes that happen to it and crawl that content. This is great, but this process can still take a few months before the Google search or Bing crawlers have a chance to come around and crawl your web page. There are billions of web pages out there, and so they goes into a queue. They got to come around and crawl your website. So the kicker to today's tip is the Fetch as Google search tool. And what we're doing here is when you write a new blog or you update your website or you optimize it, we want to let Google know about it as soon as possible. So they have a Fetch as Google tool, and what this is designed for is for webmasters to identify if their web page is actually crawlable, if there's any errors on it, if it's redirecting, or if there's something wrong with it. But when you put in your new URL or a page you've updated and you hit fetch, it's going to say, hey, success, we were able to crawl that page, and then it gives you the option to request indexing. And when you click that button, you're literally telling Google, go ahead and put this web page in the index. And the neat part about this is that your web page, we've seen it show up in a matter of minutes. So in 5 minutes, you can create a web page, submit it to the index, and have it show up right in search results. So this is an extremely valuable tool right here, much faster than having access to your XML sitemap guide and waiting for the crawlers to come around to it. You're telling them, go ahead and fetch this page now and make those updates clear in the search results. And that's a really great way to take all the efforts you've done on your website and get it in the search results as quick as possible. Now, we talked a lot about Google, and Bing Webmaster Tools has all the same type of tools. So if you register with Bing Webmaster Tools, you can again verify your site. You can upload your sitemap, and they also have a Fetch as BingBot tool. And likewise, you're asking them to go ahead and crawl your page and submit it to their search engine. So these are the tips to getting great content in the search results as quickly as possible using those fetch tools. All right, thank you, and that's this week's Whiteboard Wednesday.